Hi everybody, my name is Madeline Parker. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. And today we're going to take a study and look at this full moon coming up on the 26th, which is the full moon in Scorpio. And it's sort of an interesting full moon, which is why I really want to do a read for it, because it does look a bit challenging because it squares. So Venus and Uranus are conjunct at that time, and they're both squaring Saturn, although it's not a direct aspect to Saturn. So it's possibly tension filled, but of course it depends on your own personal chart and if there's any hard aspects to these planets in your transit calendar, which is something I help people look at. So if you want to take a look at that, let me know. So let's go ahead, calling in highest guides and angels to be with us in this read so that we may be higher guided to our best destiny, best version of ourselves in love and life. And may we be higher guided and given clarity of action and clarity of guidance, Spirit, in this read. Thank you. So Scorpio is ruled by Mars. So you want to look and see where Mars rules your chart, Aries and Scorpio. And that will be pretty active, as well as Venus, because Venus is in Taurus. So you want to see where Venus rules your chart. So let's take a look and see what the general energy is about this full moon and what is best for us to know. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see. Got the Magician, the Ace of Wands. Well, I will tell you that I did take a good look at my chart. Well, there's that Tower card coming in the heart spot. So that could be, that's Venus. Ooh, look at that. Interesting. Wow, that's a pretty powerful read here. I thought it would be a little more challenging than this. I think globally we are going to see some challenges because we've got this. Mercury's in the square as well, I forgot to mention. I think Mercury's combusting Venus at the same time. So I would say there's surprising information coming in, of course. That's Mercury conjunct Uranus is always going to be surprising, and Venus, so it could be finances, money, and romance, which is what's coming up here in this read. So let's take a look here. What have we got? Well, we've got the first card right there is the Magician. And what does that mean? I always start my reads with the situation. Let's talk about the Magician. Well, the Magician is someone who is a master materializer, someone who's mastered all their elements, or someone in the process of mastering their elements, working with all the four elements, fire, air, water, earth, to a point where they're able to really create manifestations of their desires and of their in alignment manifesting, because when you do all the four elements, your manifesting is in harmonious union with the environment, the world, the spirit, earth, everything. So this is someone who is in alignment, materializing in accordance to the highest good of all. There's knowledge of victory here. This is in my head spot, so on some level we're going to achieve victory. I mean, you know, Scorpio is the death and rebirth, and it is in, let's see, this full moon is happening with the sun in Taurus. So Taurus is about finances and money, and Venus is also about money. So we're conjuncting those two planets, Sun is no longer combust. Venus is not combust at this point, but it's on its way out of combustion. So we may be looking at a sudden rise in finances, hope, and opportunity. I mean, I was thinking it was going to be a bit more of a challenging read than this, but this looks very in alignment. So we've got, I mean, things look like they're aligning in a very positive way. You know, I'm getting the Wheel of Fortune, the Star card, the World card, and the Lovers. So we're looking at financial opportunities that are going to liberate us and that we love. We're going to be sort of coming into financial projects, possibly this is Uranus. So this is, the internet, social media, the tribe out in the world. There's going to be inspirational ideas, new ideas that bring us a lot of abundance in the world. This is pretty powerful. So I almost feel like this is a good Scorpio full moon. I was anticipating it to be a much harder full moon, and it might be for some of you, because I do know some of the people I read for do have Pluto conjunct that, and there are some other, there might be triggering involved. Look at that. That's that Tower card in the heart spot. But then I get the Two of Swords underneath that, and then I get the Three of Cups. So it's almost like we're going through a massive shift in the heart space that is no longer blocking through fears. So I would say that this full moon is going to release some sort of deep fear that blocks joy, and that's some sort of deep fear around finances potentially, because we are, or love and romance. So that full moon might trigger something really big out of us. So be prepared for that, but that releases blocks. And then we get the Three of Cups here, would indicate fears are possibly around, if you're in a relationship, possibly fears around a third party, or if it's finances, fears around sort of having a good time and letting go, and just letting the universe sort of roll in our abundance and in a sort of relaxed, joyful way. That could be one way of looking at that. Or towering to the blocks of not really trusting in it, trusting an idea that brings you abundance, that's inspiring, that upon awakening, because this is the card of awakening, there's a realization that your divine partnership, or your twin flame, or a fated relationship, brings in a financial opportunity that you really love, which gives you a lot of hope. So blocking the blocks that created a lack, that blocked the joy. So this is a pretty wonderful full moon, guys. But again, you've got to prepare for this trigger, everybody. If you do have attachment issues, fear issues around finances and romance, I think the Scorpio full moon is going to pull them out of you, so that you can be in alignment with something really great here. There's not much more to say other than that there's an inspiring, here we get the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands here, which is all about inspiration and excitement and passion and adventure. And then we get turned in alignment, Queen of Cups, heart space, wherever people were vulnerable, afraid to be vulnerable, possibly to let in your divine mate, or afraid to trust a financial venture that seems risky, that you blocked. There's a realization of how in harmony and how in universal flow this all is going to be, because that's amazing. So if you do go through a terrible trigger, just know what's on the other side of it. Abundance, love, romance, true love, a new start to people in relationships. A lot of people will probably have fresh new start in a relationship that's either from the past or one that is new. But it brings with it a financial abundant opportunity that is very inspiring, and that is awakened, that is for the greater good. There's awakening to seeing that we have potential. There's a lot of ideas and opportunities coming in that can really elevate your finances to quite a big degree. So I would say a lot of people are going to hear communication from their divine mates if they're separate, or if you're in your relationship, you're going to come into a financial emancipation in your relationship. I would say you're going to end up working with your divine mate in a project that brings you a lot of joy. So there's not much really more to say about this read. Really, it's amazing. The world, it is going to change your life. I do think that this full moon is a pivotal full moon where your life will change. And then it's from the heart space. So towering, let's pull a clarifier on that. I would like to pull a clarifier on that. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Clarifier. So that would be towering. You're going to know that the fear energy, that's fight or flight, right? This is a fight or flight energy, you're going to know is gone. So if you're in a divine relationship and your other half is a runner that triggers you, let's have a look and see if that's going to be a trigger. Well, I don't think so. I think this is going to be a situation. Well, I do think it's very possible many might be triggered, but I do think that it would be a misperception because what's going on is really powerful, and that I think you're going to realize that the running, and this can also be for both sides of the dynamic, because both people are kind of running in their own way, but also about abundance and finances. It's like, it's possible that in many people's lives an old way of earning money is gone, and it's scary because it's triggering your sense of security. So I would say any fears that stop you from taking leaps of faith, bold forward movement in a project that's inspiring, that awakens, that's more beneficial to the whole world. It's your purpose. This is all about your purpose. You're going to discover how much fun it is, how much you love it, and that if you had any fears and attachments to old ways of making money that were blocking this advancement, you're going to find those are gone. And you're going to find that union, and then I get the Four of Wands. So you're gonna see that, wow, I have a feeling these are a lot of twin flames are coming into union here. This is good news, because I was thinking this full moon was going to be much more devastating. Although I don't want to underestimate the experience of the Tower, because that's tough, but that's why I like to do divination, because it shows you what's on the other side of the Tower, which is harmony, home harmony, finances. So we're discovering the deception behind some of the fears that we held in our divine unions, but also in our career and finances. There's a lot of fear, around security and finances, as well as relationships. Those are the big sort of fear zones, as it were. So let's just pull one more clarifier on this. 2 more clarifiers, 3 more clarifiers, and 4. Well, that's what's looking like. I'm going to say separation is over for a lot of people, and that there's a mission coming in here, co-mission here with most divine partnerships coming in, and everybody realizing how the other options that were distracting you from this particular mission or this particular relationship have no meanings, and I would say that that's sort of ending. So that's quite a good read, guys. I'm pretty excited about it. I have one more card I want to pull on it, but I didn't bring it. Where are they? Let's grab a moon card really quick and see what comes up. This is my moon deck. Let's see what shows up here. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Believe in the impossible. Wow, I think we're going to see a lot of big changes, because Scorpio is all of new romantic cycle begins. You know that Scorpio is about death and rebirth. So we're going to death the old fears, and we're going to birth a new time to give rather than take. So we're rebirthing, we're changing our attachments, our codependency, our fear attachments, we're releasing that. That's what death and rebirth is when the sign of Scorpio, Mars, we're taking action to release that. It's ruled by Mars, and that frees us up. Those are the blocks that are stopping us from this unbelievably fantastic possible new beginnings we have at our potential to create right now with that magician. I think a lot of people are in their power now, so whatever triggers come are just really in the way of you materializing something that is going to be a much more, see, Virgo, service, giving the world, this is it, helping you be of your true purpose, helping you be into your true purpose, and aligning you with your divine mate so that you can both come in together and be of service to the world and make the world a better place. So I hope this read gives you optimism, even though there may be a bump in the road. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. So Aquarius, there we go. That's that Aquarius sign. People are coming out and not being afraid of who they truly are and stepping forward and liberating themselves to be of their true, the courage to be into their true purpose and mission, and in the right relationship that is divinely planned for you. All right, well, thank you so much. Your commitment is being tested. So yeah, maybe that is the Tower, Maybe there will be a trigger coming in that tests your commitment to both of these things. And remember, we have to unconditionally love our divine mates and ourselves, and to not be in fear, and to release all our fears so that we can progress forward with faith and courage. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.